Okay, so I'm sure everybody, well, probably everybody has experienced a broken rope on their push mower. So today we're going to replace that rope. Now, typically I want to keep this as a shade tree mechanic type of thing, but this one you could literally do it in your lounge chair. So since it's 12 degrees outside and plenty of snow, I don't think I want to hang out here too long if I don't have to, and in this case I don't have to, since we can do this one on our lounge chair. I'm going to put this on top of the freezer in the house. Okay, on this job, the guy, came off a log splitter. So instead of bringing me the whole log splitter, he brought me this, which caused me a little bit of an issue because I didn't have a part number to look anything up. So I kind of had to guess. Fortunately, I guessed okay. So the tools you're going to need on this is some sort of measuring instrument, some sort of lighter. Now, you can use a toothpick device like a dental pick, or you can use a piece of wire, stiff wire, with maybe some tape, like electrical tape, if you don't have a dental pick, and a flathead screwdriver. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to determine the size of your rope. There's 3 different typical standard sizes of rope, and you can go on Amazon and find it. This stuff apparently is pretty good. Everybody uses it apparently. And so you can measure it with your caliper. Just don't squeeze too hard. Or you can measure it with a tape measure or whatever. I think this is the middle size. It's number 4. It says right there, number 4. 9/64 of an inch. So if you don't have the conversion, let's say you're using calipers, you type in, whatever it comes up to on your caliper into Google, say it's like 0.6, I don't know what it is, and then say convert 0.6 to fraction. Google will do it for you. That way you don't have to do the math even. It's that easy. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that these wings pop out when you are spinning it. So you can see here we have one wing that popped out, but the other one is missing. So I had to order that piece. And that's why it would have been nice to have the part number of the tiller. So we're going to take our flathead, not the tiller, the log splitter. We're going to take our flathead, remove this screw, put in our new wing, make sure it pops out when you turn it. We're going to screw this back down. Okay, so there is a spring in here that holds this. And what we're going to do is we're going to wind this spring just about as tight as it'll go. Okay, so that's as tight as it goes. So I'm going to remove it by 1 full turn, just so we don't, strain the spring too much. We're going to come back to there. And then we need to find the hole. And we want to line this hole up with this hole. There's a hole here, and there's a hole right here. Hopefully you can see that. So we're going to try to line those up. When we get them lined up, we're going to put a flathead screwdriver, probably on the other side would be better, right there to hold it. But you don't want to move your hole too much. So these 2 holes are still kind of lined up. Then we're going to take our pick. This is where you could use a wire also. And so now you see that the pick is right there through the 2 holes. We're going to grab our rope. Now, you can see that the end is burned here already. It's melted. I think you can see that. So, but if you already cut it, you're going to melt that rope a bit, just so it doesn't fray on you. Okay, now we're going to hook our pick into that rope. Now, if you had to do it with a wire and tape, you would take the wire and tape the wire to the rope. Now we're going to pull this through, hopefully without it coming off, which it did. Might be better if I go ahead and fish it through the first hole. Yeah, that worked a lot better. We'll fish it through the first hole and see if we can get it to hook in. Okay, I'm going to try to fish it in because my hook isn't working. There, it went through. That worked out pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to tie a knot right here. They say you should melt this again. I don't know how important that is, but if you feel like you need to melt that down. Now we're going to remove our screwdriver. Okay, so now we're going to pull it out one full turn. Let's see if we can find our hole. There's our hole right there. We're going to pull it out one full turn so we got good tension on it. Right there. And we're going to tie a little slip knot. Hold it for us. Again, we're going to burn the end. I'm going to use my knife, although you could use that flathead screwdriver. I'm going to pop this lid off here of the handle. Pull the old rope out of it. We're going to tie a knot into that, but we want to melt it. Now we're going to take our slip knot out. Okay, so our wings are coming out. It retracts good. And so it's kind of dangling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten that up a bit. So you pull it out. You're going to put this little notch right here. And that tightened it up. So now I got to stretch it. Of course, I don't have much room in here to show you how much I'm stretching, but we're going to have about 5.5 feet of stretch here. Now, if you were doing this on a push mower, those push mowers have extra line that hang off the handlebar. So you would have to measure that from the edge of this to the length of the handlebar and add that much more into it. And then if it was loose, do that procedure where I showed you, you can wind it back tight again. And so that's all there is to replacing a rope. So if you click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was showing you how to order parts online. Thanks for watching.